sweet friends! Welcome back to the Phonics classroom. We are going to jump right on into our lesson today and practice some of our letter sounds. So I'm going to say a letter sound and I want you guys to write the letter or letters that make that sound. Here we go. For number 1, my letter sound is ah. Ah. So I'm writing letter O. It makes the ah sound. For number 2, my letter sound is w. W. Yes, letter W. For number 3, my letter sound is oo. Ooh. That's the O digraph. For number 4, my letter sound is O. O. Yes, letter L. For number 5, my letter sound is V. V. Letter V. For number 6, my letter sound is Yes, that is also the O digraph. For number 7, my letter sound is Yes, letter F. For number 8, my letter sound is dull. Dull. This is that D-L-E, final stable syllable. For number 9, my letter sound is S. S. So I'm going to divide my line in 2 parts for number 9. At the beginning of a word, letter S and letter C can make the S sound. At the end of a word, S-S, S-E, and C-E can make the S sound. And for number 10, my letter sound is X. X. Yes, that is letter X. Excellent job. For number 11, we're going to spell the word both. Both. This word is spelled exactly like it sounds, except for we would think that our O is making the short sound, but really it is making the long sound in this word. So we're writing B-O. Both. For number 12, we're going to spell the word mind. Mind. And again, we would think it's making the short sound, but this follows our wild Colt rule where we have 2 consonants following letter I, so it's going to have the long sound. Mind. Very good. All right, friends, so I have written a word up here on the board, and I need your help to code this word. And we're going to be working on a spelling rule that we learned previously, but it's been a while, so I want to see if you remember it. So when I look at this word, the first thing I need to do is pick out my obvious coding. Do you guys see any obvious coding? Suffixes, digraphs, falsy R's, any of those things that we just know how to spot from the start? Do you see anything? No, there is no obvious coding in this word. So we are going to move on to our next step. The next step is to look for our vowels. How many vowels does this word have in it? Yes, it has 2. We have letter O, which is a vowel, and letter I, which is a vowel. So I'm putting a V under both of my vowels. Now I need to label the letter between my 2 vowels. I only have 1 letter between, and it's letter B. So I'm going to put a C because that is a consonant. So my next step is to draw my division line. And if you guys remember, we learned the V-C-V pattern. We always draw our line after the first vowel. So in this word, I'm going to draw my line after letter O, after my first vowel. So So now I have separated this word into two parts. So based on where we have our division line right now, is my O going to be long or short? Yes, it's going to be long because there's no door closing on it. This division line means this part is separate and it cannot act as a door closing on letter O, meaning that it is screaming its name. What about our letter I? Is that going to be short or long? Yes, it's going to be short because it does have a consonant after it. So let's try and read this word. My first part is R-O, row. My second part is B-N, bin. Robin, robin. Have you ever heard of a robin? I haven't either. So when we divide a word using our VCV pattern, doing our line right after our first vowel is a great place to start. But sometimes we draw that line and we realize that that word doesn't make any sense. That's not a word that we've ever heard before. So the best thing to do when we notice that that word does not make sense is to try moving our division line over to after our consonant. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to move my division line. We're going to recode our vowels and see if our word makes more sense. So I'm drawing my line after the consonant this time. Now I'm going to go back and code my vowels. So my letter O, is it going to be short or long? Yes, this time it's going to be short because it has a consonant after it. Before, this part was separated out, so it couldn't have a consonant after it. But now that I move my line over, my B can act as a door, so my O is not screaming its name anymore. My letter I is still going to be short because it still has a consonant after it. Now let's try reading this word and see if it makes more sense. R-ob, rob, in, robin. Have you ever heard the word robin before? Yes, so our word makes much more sense when we move that division line. So remember, a good place to start is putting that line after that first vowel. But if you notice that your word doesn't make sense, then try moving your line after your consonant and then see if your word makes sense. Excellent job! So as we look back at our worksheet, we're going to practice spelling some words today. For number 13, we're going to spell the word ever. Ev-er. So I'm going to start by writing ev. Ev. Now I'm writing using my E-R bossy combination. For number 14, we're going to spell the word never. Never. This word is just like ever, but it has a N in front. So I'm spelling ev-er. Never. And again, we use that bossy R combination at the end. For number 15, we're going to spell the word body. Body. Body has the E sound at the end of the word. So I know that I'm going to be using letter Y to make that sound. So I'm writing B-odd-E. Body. Excellent job, friends. I want you guys to practice coding these words, drawing your V and your C in that division line. Practice reading it. If it doesn't make sense, then try moving your line and then see if it makes sense to you. I can't wait to see all of your great work, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another fabulous phonics lesson. Bye, friends.